What's up, y'all?
We are the
Bates. So we're here to finally answer the question, when were you ever engaged? So this video is really just to give you guys the tell all of how we came to the decision the decision of getting married. So long story short, when I met him, I told him what I wanted, which was marriage as an end goal. I was just tired of dating with no purpose, and I believe you had the same, you know, train of thought, but we decided to court, and the end goal of courtship is to get married. And I was thinking about marrying him like 3 months into it.
2 days.
2 days. I think I created a wedding binder like 2 months into the relationship.
She was beasting for the kid.
Yeah. But basically, I never really cared for the engagement process. I just knew that I wanted to marry him. And me being 26 and him being 30, we just knew that's what we wanted. And we really didn't understand why we had to wait any longer. More so, he wanted to fulfill or satisfy the societal idea of marriage, the wedding, you know? And I really kind of didn't want a wedding. I'm very shy, so I don't really like the idea of an audience. So that made the decision a lot easier for me to let him know that I didn't really care for a huge wedding, so I didn't want to put that pressure on him, you know? So I believe that's how we got to the conclusion of just getting married, right?
Sounds about right.
How about you?
Well, my take on it all was definitely completely different from hers, because I had a lot of different pressures working against me and marrying Monte. One of the things that I pretty much had ingrained in my head is that in order for us to get married, like, we had to go through this formality of things where I had to talk to her family, which I did. I still did do. I talked to her dad and asked him for her hand in marriage. But also doing the big proposal, and then after the proposal, being engaged for some time, and then planning this big old huge wedding. So it was a whole lot of pressure on me. And then also with social media, it has its positives and it also has its negatives. And one of those negative things about social media is that the need to feel like you have to impress the people who follow you, or even the people who you may think are going to be checking out your page, and people thinking that, you know, you got to just do it big or whatever. And I felt like I needed to do something big to where I could show everybody else like my love for her, or that I can give her this huge ring, or I can give her this huge wedding so everybody can like on these pictures and things go viral. But then, you know, I started to get a little peace, was having some conversations with Maite about it, and also just some other people around me who I really trust their opinion, who's really just sharing with me, you know, the wedding ceremony and all of that stuff that happens before. It's not really about the couple, but it's about other people. And
and I don't really care to satisfy other people.
But for me, you know, I had to realize that, you know, it wasn't about other people, but it was about me and her. And if she was happy with us just getting married, then I was gonna give her what she wanted, because ultimately I just wanted her to be happy, and me trying to bring everybody else in my happiness was gonna be a fail. So we had a conversation, actually just sitting on a couch, just talking. It started off kind of as a joke, like, let's go get married tomorrow.
It did start off as a joke, and I was like, babe, for real? Like, I was so ready, but he kind of didn't believe me, and I was like, I'm so ready.
Because I was like, let's go get married tomorrow. She was like, for real? And I'm like, and I was playing around, and she got mad a little bit, because she was like, see, you ain't even serious.
Right, he's always joking around. I'm just like, okay. Like, and then I even prayed about it, and I was like, I'm not even going to talk about marriage any freaking more Like, I was just over it.
But when we ended that conversation, we still said that we wanted to do it soon.
So we did order our wedding bands that night, even though
It was that night?
yes.
Oh.
We didn't decide that we wanted to get married. We just like, oh, let's just order our wedding bands.
Oh. So, yeah, what she said. We ordered the bands that night then.
Yeah, we ordered them. And
They came that week. It was like a Monday and it came that Thursday.
it came the next week.
No, it was the same week.
And we just like looked at them like, wow.
I had her for like 2 days before I showed it to her.
Yes, I think, you know, he had a little cold feet or whatever.
He had no cold feet. It was just like, I don't know. It was definitely a step, but.
And just to bring it back a little bit,
Don't be bringing back on my story.
yes, honey, I never really cared for a huge ring. I'm just like, you know, that doesn't really define our marriage in any way. So, and I want a house, so why not invest however much that ring costs, or get me a ring later on in the line, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really didn't care to wait for that. He wanted to do the whole, what do you call it, formal, oh, will you marry me kind of thing. And I already told him, like,
Boo, won't you marry the kid?
whether you ask me or not, we're gonna get married, you know? And a ring, whether it costs $100 or $5,000, shoot, your marriage could last 5 days with that $5,000 ring.
Say that, boo-boo. But as time progressed, and she began to speak just more to me, it really gave me more peace, and it really was freeing for me to know that. And I shared this with her the night we got married, that, you know, I really appreciate like her heart for me, because the way she loved me, it wasn't about the stuff that I could provide, but she really loved me for me, and that was like super important. But also not just appreciating you, but even like some of the people who I spoke with about our decision to get married. And little did I know, like some of my closest friends who I thought just had this immaculate, elaborate wedding or whatever, they got married at the courthouse too, and that was like crazy.
Yes, after we did what we did, you know, like how they say things will come to light. So many of our closest friends and family members were like, oh, we did the same thing. We got married legally, and then we had a wedding. Nobody knew, and I'm just like, why did it take our decision to, like, you know, for people to, I mean, not that you have to tell your business, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean, but I think even us sharing this is definitely going to be freeing for somebody else, because like we both mentioned, the love was there, and as she said, you can get a $2 ring or a $2,000 ring or a $5,000 ring. If the love ain't there, what you put on their finger ain't gonna matter.
Right. And I didn't add on my side of the story that both of us are artists, and I felt like being married would really benefit both of our artistry. Yeah.
You would just marry me for my craft?
Anyways, as far as like helping our businesses develop, because we were living two financial lives, two different lives, we're not able to.
Oh, you saying support my business, I support your business.
Right. We're not able to invest into our businesses because we have responsibilities as far as, you know, bills go and things that we have to get done in our lives. But now being married, we're able to have more leg room with our finances.
Right.
And I feel like if I invest in his, then shoot, I'm gonna be living like this. You know, I'm gonna be kicking back eventually, you know, and I really just want him to grow, and that's what God intended marriage to be. It's like, it's not about being selfish or what the other person could provide for you, but it's about helping each other grow. And I feel like right now the season we're gonna be in is I want him to grow, so then I could get my Gucci bag that I've been wanting for a long time.
Yo, like real talk, from day one, she's always been talking about a Gucci bag.
I just want one Gucci bag.
One Gucci bag?
Yes.
I'm gonna get you 1,000 Gucci bags.
Yes. But our decision, y'all, man, I'm gonna say that word wrong a lot, okay? So don't judge me. Our decision was really easy for us. One advice I do have is, as a woman, as a female, you should be as supportive as possible to the man you think you want to marry, because if he's not his best, then you're just gonna go downhill, basically, because he's supposed to be the head. God created the man to be the head in a marriage, and if his head is not on correctly, then it is not going to work.
Let me close this now.
You gonna close it?
Can I close it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Oh wait, baby, we didn't add that another reason why we got married is because we want to do a lot of missionary work, and marriage is definitely going to allow us to do more of what God wants us to do as one.
But anyway, for everybody who may be watching this, I want to encourage you all and to let you all know that you do not have to. What you trying to do? Give me a kiss?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you do not have to conform to the standards of society.
Right.
You don't have to make yourself go broke in order to love somebody. If they love you, they'll love you without, or they'll love you with. As a matter of fact, that's part of your vows, for rich or for poor. So if they ain't loving you when you're down, and don't even worry about trying to pop that question. So do not conform to the standards of society. If you feel like you love somebody, but you feel pressure to perform for people, don't worry about it. Life will go on for them as it will for you and your spouse to be.
Right.
So if you're watching this and you're in a serious relationship, you're engaged or thinking about being engaged, or you're thinking about marrying and you're worried about finances, or you're worried about performing or putting on, do not worry about it. You get married, and the people who will be for you will stick by your side once you say I do, even if they're there or if they're not there.
Right.
They will love you regardless. Don't feel pressured. Don't go broke. Don't hurt yourself. Don't worry. Don't lose sleep. You make a decision, because at the end of the night, when the doors close and you lay down in bed, it's not going to be the 10,000 followers. It ain't going to be the 100 followers. It's going to be you and your wife.
But as we close out this video, we just want to remind you to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you feel this will help someone, a close friend, a family, a sister, a brother, share this video with them and just bless them. And we'll continue to pray for you guys. Love you.
Adios.